Do we get it at the end?
Yes.
Well, I have it all written down.
Lauren, how's it going out there in Michigan?
It's been busy, but it's good. How about you?
Doing all right. Yeah. I'm actually participating right now in a women's retreat. It's
Oh,
going on right now. I told them I'll have to jump out for an hour to go teach a class, but then I'll be back.
where is it?
It's a Zoom.
Oh, right, of course.
Everything's online, but a wonderful thing about this is that we can connect with each other from across the country, right?
Yeah,
So,
Yeah.
that's true.
Susie and Julie, I think you're both in California, right? Julie, are
I'm
you?
in California. Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
West Covina, California. Mm-hmm.
Nice to meet everyone. I used to live in
Nice.
Southern California.
Oh.
Actually, I was near you. I was at Pomona College,
Oh, yeah.
but also have a lot of family down there. So,
Oh, that's nice.
yeah,
Lauren, are you saying you attended Pomona?
I did.
Oh, okay. I'd love to talk to you offline about that later. I have a very good friend who went to Pomona
Oh, okay.
in the 80s, 90s.
Yeah, what was I? Ninth class of 94?
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would have been gone by then probably. But
Oh,
anyway, who knows? We might have some people in common.
okay.
Hey, I want to let everyone know we are recording and we are streaming live onto the customer page. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
It's just our customers. Just so if anyone misses it, we can tag them on the class and they can watch it.
Good morning, Monique. Good to see you. Kind to see you here. Glad you're here. Hi, I'm so glad you
Hi.
came. Monique and Lauren are new friends of mine through a mutual friend. So I'm so glad they came this morning. We had a class last weekend to talk about getting started with oils. And we had real talk, didn't we, ladies? About being women and our monthly issues and we are going to talk about some of that here. And we're going to talk about really all of our hormones, the whole endocrine system, because all of it together makes such a huge difference for how we feel in our bodies, and we want to feel good in our bodies, right? So, good morning, Carla.
Hi, everybody. Sorry,
Hi.
I'm off video because I'm doing hair.
You're okay. We
Yeah.
just asked everyone permission to record, and we are streaming live on our customer page only. So you can feel free to stay, hidden, or you can jump on at any point. But I'm going to go ahead and get started. I really want you to feel free, y'all, to interact. So if you have questions at any point or comments, feel free to jump in. I will say up front, I am not in any way an expert on the endocrine system or our hormonal health, but I have done some research and have really learned a lot about this subject, and now I'm just sharing that with you. And glad to be here and glad you're all here this morning. So maybe we could start off by I would love to hear if there's a particular reason you came. Like what's an area in your body or in your health that you think might be related to hormones, and you would love to get some help on that. And you can either just say it out loud or put it in the chat. So one area that you're thinking, maybe I have a hormonal issue going on here, and I'm curious to know more. Could be, I know for me, energy. Monique says headaches. Yes, that can often be related to hormonal issues.
Just general premenopausal symptoms in general.
Okay. All right. We got some perimenopause going on here. Somehow I've crossed over to the other side. It just it was like perimenopause for a while, like real irregularity, couldn't count on when period was coming, to now all of a sudden it's gone. It's like, wow. But that's definitely creating some issues as well. I have some, I've had, until I started using a particular product, which we will talk about, lots of hot flashes. And so, sorry, I'm trying to understand Carla's cryptic message in the chat. You're gonna have to spell it out for me, Carla.
I just spelled fatigue with a Q. So
Oh, fatigue. Got it. Got it. I've been having some skin issues, trying to figure that out. So, I definitely want to encourage you. We're gonna go over lots of oils that can help with different hormonal related things, but also work with your healthcare practitioner. If you have a naturopath, a doctor, work with them to try to understand what's going on. And then these oils and other products that we're going to talk about are going to support your body. Something I heard recently that I thought really connected with me and that I wanted to say up front was from a doctor, actually, Dr. Scott Johnson, who's a recognized expert in the field of aromatherapy and essential oils. He talked about the difference between chemical medicines and what we have with our essential oils. And he described it this way. He said, chemical medications are often characterized as anti something. They're like anti, right, body properties. They're anti whatever to stop certain processes in our body to alleviate symptoms. Whereas essential oils and other natural remedies are actually working in concert with our bodies to support our body's natural healing mechanisms. Exactly, Grace. Anti-inflammation. How many times have I said oils have anti-inflammatory properties? And they do, and that's a good thing, but the thing that they don't have is like where they're going to shut off our actual natural healing mechanisms, because our bodies, believe it or not, as much as we might feel at times like we're at war, where our bodies are at war with us, the truth is our bodies are wired and designed to want to be well, to want to be healthy, to want to be in a state of homeostasis or balance. And they are wired to do that. But we often put things in them, or we have environmental threats. Toxins are a huge part of hormonal disruptions, toxins in our environment. We're going to talk about that. These things fight against our body's natural healing mechanisms. Essential oils, on the other hand, work in concert with and actually support our bodies so that they can do what they do automatically, which is heal themselves. So that's why we want to introduce the oils into our system, into our bodies, use them more, use them consistently, use them regularly, because they're going to support our bodies to get into balance and get those hormones into balance. They can actually balance our hormones. So I'm going to share my screen. Susie, if you could manage the chat, that would be super helpful to me, because I probably won't be catching it. Here we are, health and hormones. And it does say women's, but this is relevant to men too, because the truth is the endocrine system is more than just the reproductive organs or reproductive hormones, a lot more. And so hopefully you can see that okay. Hormones are simply chemical messengers that are produced by several glands in our body and that circulate through our bloodstream to do a lot of different things, right? We're going to focus on 3 glands in particular: the adrenals, which secrete hormones to help us in stressful times, that fight, flight, freeze response. The hormones for that and the things that protect us from stress come from our adrenals. And those are, if you can see on the little graphic here, at the top of they sit at the top of your kidneys. So the way you're going to access your adrenals and where you're going to want to apply oils for adrenal health and adrenal fatigue, that's something that we get when our bodies have been producing too many stress hormones, the cortisol, for too long of a time, that chronic release of cortisol that happens when we're just under too much stress and we get fatigued in our adrenals. We're going to apply oils to our lower back, kind of where we would find our kidneys. Okay, so just want you to note that for if you are having any kind of adrenal related issues. And a lot of times that looks like fatigue. The thyroid we're going to talk about, and that's the butterfly shaped gland that's right here at the base of your throat. And that helps to regulate metabolism. So if you have issues with sluggish metabolism, or sometimes people have metabolism that's burning too fast, it could be a thyroid imbalance. So you've got hypothyroidism, which is not enough hormones coming from the thyroid, or underactive thyroid, and you've got hyperthyroidism, which is too much stuff coming out of your thyroid. But we want balance. Again, that's what we're looking for in our body, is balance, and that's what the oils help to do, support our bodies to get back into balance through using their own natural healing mechanisms. And then the third largest area that I want to talk about is our ovaries, which produce estrogen and progesterone that regulate our reproductive health and our sex drive. But not only that, when our estrogen and progesterone are out of balance, out of whack, we can get lots of unpleasant symptoms that make us feel uncomfortable in our bodies, including headaches, and other kinds of symptoms that we'll talk about. So where the ovaries are. So again, we're going to be applying the oils topically to wherever, like if you have thyroid issues, you're going to put it, right where the gland is. That's why I wanted you to see this graphic. Okay, so just a little bit more kind of overview on the endocrine system, which is the network of different glands that create the hormones. Our hormones and our endocrine system are directly involved in all stages of growth and development, our metabolism, our nutrient regulation, and again, overall homeostasis in our body. So hormones, so important. The endocrine system is a system of glands that produce and send these hormones to targeted organs and tissues via the circulatory system. And that's what makes essential oils so powerful, because they are circulated in the same way through our bloodstream, and they attach to cells and penetrate cells and attach to cell receptors that they encounter in the process. And so they can work in harmony with the hormones to help our bodies feel better. Now, I'm going to stop sharing. I'm going to go back and forth because I kind of want to be able to see your faces at times. So there's actually 4 things that are underpinning hormonal health, 4 problems that frequently underlie and that we want to deal with. One is inflammation. And I know some folks on here have told me personally they have issues with inflammation. So we're going to talk about that. Inflammation. The second thing is an overburdened liver. So if our liver is, if we have too many toxins going into our bodies that we're not flushing out regularly, our liver is actually a huge regulator of our hormone health. So we want to take care of our liver. The third thing is blood sugar imbalances, and the fourth is toxin exposures. I'm not going to talk so much about the blood sugar imbalances or the toxin exposures. We have another whole class on how to rid your home of toxins. But let's start with inflammation, because that is something that we can definitely take care of with oils. Yes, they are anti-inflammatory. And the ones in particular that you want to look at if inflammation is an issue in your body are these things, okay? So these are the products that doTERRA offers that you want to look to get into your life. And I'm telling you, this really is the number one best thing you can do for your hormones, is to decrease the inflammation. Now, the inflammatory system is a helpful part of our body's health. We do need some inflammation in our bodies. Inflammation helps trigger certain reactions in our bodies to deal with bacteria or disease that might be, trying to take over in our bodies. So inflammation actually works to help as a protective device. And so we need some. But when we get too much, and again, it becomes a chronic issue, that's when we start to get problems, things like pain and headaches and other kinds of systemic issues. So number one thing you can do to decrease inflammation is get yourself on the Lifelong Vitality supplements, which is a holistic system that includes multivitamin, which has 12 servings of fruits and vegetables. It's very, very hard to get that much just through eating. So we supplement with a multivitamin, and a lot of inflammation can be dealt with good nutrition. And this is going to help you. This is just like an extra to help you with your nutrition to boost it. Essential fatty acids and the omegas. That's also going to help with decreasing inflammation. And then we have something here called a cellular renewal system, which is really helpful for cellular metabolism and with the energy. CRS is really, it's a components that include things like frankincense, which is a huge anti-inflammatory, and curcumin from turmeric, among many other antioxidants in that CRS that help to decrease inflammation and help repair our body from free radical damage, which is a big source of inflammation in our bodies. So Lifelong Vitality Pack, really crucial. The other thing to do for inflammation is to regularly put these regularly into routine: frankincense, copaiba, and turmeric. And these 3 things alone, if you use these regularly in your regimen, you would see such a improvement in your overall feeling of vitality and decreasing pain. In terms of headaches, someone mentioned that, the migraines, putting that frankincense, 1 or 2 drops under your tongue every day, taking 2 copaiba and 2 turmeric, you're going to see an incredible result. So that's my number one protocol for decreasing inflammation is these products. And that's really important for hormonal health. The second thing we need to do is work on our liver health. So supporting our liver, because our liver performs over 500 functions for our body. It is absolutely one of the most crucial organs in our body, maybe after the heart and brain. I would say this is number 3. We need our liver to do what it does to maintain balanced hormone levels. And what it does is it filters everything that comes into our body. So every foreign substance and just any substance that comes into our body is going to go through our liver first. It's gonna cleanse so that we're getting toxins out of our body. But the liver is it's that filtration organ, right? So I've read that we consume 14 pounds of food preservatives, additives, waxes, colors, flavors, and pesticide residues each year. So each one of us is consuming 14 pounds of this gunk from the air and our food and our personal care products and other things that are in our home. And many of these are hormone disruptors. Actually, Tylenol or acetaminophen is one of the worst liver harming culprits. So if you're taking a lot of Tylenol, you want to try to wean yourself off of that because it just overburdens your liver. And anytime our liver, anytime we're not getting toxins out, flushing them out of our bloodstream, if they get re-entered into our bloodstream, our liver's going to have to reprocess them all over again, which is why we want to drink a lot of water. So the number one thing you can do to support your liver is drink half your weight in ounces of water every day. So, if you're 128, just from easy math, 64 ounces, which is where we get our 8 glasses of 8 ounces daily, but you might need to do more to really flush your liver if you have more weight on your body. So remember that you want to be flushing every day. So again, if we're not flushing toxins, they're reabsorbed into our bloodstream only to make our liver have to clean them out again. Now, how you can really, make your water go even further and make it do even more for your body is to put 2 drops of lemon in your water every day or some kind of citrus oil. So limonene is the main constituent in our citrus oils, and it's really good for our whole bodies. There's actually research being done on limonene as an anti-cancer, so anti-tumor constituent that actually can help to decrease the incidence of cancer in our bodies. And it kind of makes sense, right? Because if limonene, which is very cleansing, is helping our liver to function better, we're able to get rid of those toxins, which otherwise could be cancer forming in our bodies. So we want to really be cleansing. This is another thing I didn't know is lavender. 1 or 2 drops of lavender taken internally, you can just put it under your tongue or in some water 15 minutes before a meal, supports your liver's ability to regulate blood sugar. And that again, I did mention briefly that blood sugar imbalances can be disruptive to our hormones. So if you're taking a little bit of lavender every day before a meal, it's going to support your liver's ability to keep that blood sugar level, which is great for, just even in terms of sometimes our blood sugar, ups and downs causes us to eat at times when we don't want to, creates those cravings. When we have level blood sugar, we don't feel like we need to snack so much or eat unhealthy things when we're even. We also have just better even energy throughout the day. And then the third thing you can do to help your liver with just these basic oils is put peppermint in your water or right on your tongue. So peppermint is very restorative to our liver as well. So with these 3 really simple oils that come in a introductory kit with doTERRA, lemon, lavender, and peppermint, you could be doing a lot of good for your liver. So that's simple. If you want to go a little further with your liver, you can look at the Slim and Sassy oil, which has really wonderful, again, that's another one that's very good for metabolism. Or the Zendocrine. If you just want ease, just get some Zendocrine because it has oils in it like tangerine and juniper berry that are very cleansing to our liver. So that's some simple things you can do. This is a rollerball, and I forgot to mention, I did some slides this time. Last time I taught this class, I didn't have slides. This time I created some slides simply so that you could capture screenshots if you want to. So take a picture with your phone or do the Command Shift 4 thing if you're on a Mac, and you can quickly just capture a picture of this. If you want to go a little further in loving your liver and taking care of it, here is a liver detox blend. All of these oils are really good for our liver. I'm just looking for my helichrysum. So copaiba, frankincense, geranium, helichrysum, and rosemary. All of these are very, very good for our liver. So you can make a detox roller ball. And then where our livers are is right under your right ribs. So you just apply this over your liver every night before bed and every morning after showering to support liver health. One of the cool things that doTERRA just came out with this year is a helichrysum touch. So helichrysum on its own in that little bottle it's a very, very precious oil. It's a very powerful healing oil too. But you can get it now in a already pre-diluted format for a little less money. And it's super easy. It's all ready to roll on. So this would also be a good, again, just a simple, if you don't want to go to the hassle of creating a roller ball and you want to just have something every day you can use, try the helichrysum touch over your liver a couple times a day. And that's really going to help support your liver. All right. Our adrenals. Let's talk about that for a minute. So the adrenals, like I said, they sit on top of our kidneys, which is you can access through your lower back. And also, let's see, in the front, it would be more in the solar plexus region of the upper abdomen. And the adrenals, they secrete hormones that help us with stress, including cortisol. Now we do need, again, we need a little cortisol every day to give us energy to get through the day. So cortisol is not a bad thing. When we have a shot of cortisol, it gets us up and ready to go. It gets us moving, right? But too much stress and that chronic release of cortisol is going to create adrenal fatigue. So what is adrenal fatigue? You may have heard of that before. It looks like exhaustion. It just looks like I'm just so tired, I can't get out of bed in the morning. Or it could be like a wired and tired reaction where your natural biorhythms are out of alignment. They're out of whack. So you have, instead of having higher cortisol in the morning to help you get up and get out of bed, and lower levels of cortisol at night when you want to go to sleep, that gets flipped. So if our adrenals are not being supported correctly or not balanced, we might be totally out of it in the morning and then wired at night and unable to relax and go to sleep. So that could be a sign of adrenal dysfunction. Other signs of adrenal depletion or fatigue would be things like allergies, anxiety or panic attacks, arthritis, brain fog, chronic fatigue syndrome, cold sensitivity. There's a long list, y'all. Probably we all have at least a few of these, and so it's worth it to take care of our adrenals. Cravings for sweet and salty foods, depression, difficulty concentrating, digestive complaints, excessive fearfulness, excessive hunger or low appetite, light sensitivity, fatigue, feeling incapable of coping with stress, frequent colds and infections, GERD, impaired memory, insomnia, or sleep disturbances. Shoot, I mean, this is just like, our adrenals are so important. Impatience, IBS, irritability, low blood pressure, low sex drive, low stamina, hot flashes, mood swings, vaginal dryness, not feeling refreshed by sleep, PMS, weak immune system, and weight issues, gain or loss. Any of those symptoms, I mean, I could raise my hand for definitely at least 5 or more, could be a sign of adrenal fatigue. So we really want to love on our adrenals. So what can we do to help our adrenal health? Let me just share my screen again, because these are all the powerhouse oils for adrenal health. So black spruce, which doTERRA recently came out with in the last couple of years, is one of the most powerful essential oils to restore the adrenals. It helps regulate cortisol produced by the adrenals. So we want to use black spruce we want to have that in our arsenal. Geranium is also, I don't have it in this particular roller, but geranium is a really good one. Throughout this class, I just want you to remember geranium, geranium, geranium. Everyone needs to get some geranium for hormone health. Geranium, there's research that showed geranium actually helped reduce anxiety significantly over a placebo. So geranium, I love geranium. I've been putting it in my face wash at night or my face lotion at night. So I go to bed with it on my face and I can smell it, and it really helps calm anxiety and help you feel ready for sleep. Ginger helps modulate cortisol, normalize blood pressure, and it can increase energy and metabolic rate. So we want to get ginger into our bodies. Rosemary boosts digestion. Sometimes when we have adrenal fatigue, it shows up in digestive complaints and digestive issues. So rosemary is very good for boosting our digestion and is anti-inflammatory. Wild orange is one of the best natural stress relieving remedies that we can get into our lives. So everyone should have some oranges as well if you're dealing with hormonal issues. It can actually help to reset our what's called the HPA axis. So this is the hypothalamus, pituitary, and adrenal glands, like how they interact with each other, those three glands that create hormones. Orange can help regulate or improve communication between those three glands and between the brain and the adrenals. So we need orange in our lives. And then ylang ylang. Ylang ylang is a tropical flower which helps reduce stress hormones in our body as well. So if you want to make a really powerful adrenal supporting essential oil blend, you would use these oils that I've listed here. And, proportions are just kind of, it's okay. And if you don't have all these oils, that's okay too. You use what you have. I would definitely recommend the black spruce because that one's shown specifically for the adrenals, but all of these together are going to work really powerfully for your body. And again, you're just going to make that roller in a 10 milliliter. You can put these oils, the drops indicated here, and then fill the rest with some kind of carrier oil. We recommend fractionated coconut oil because it's just the right consistency to absorb quickly into our skin and reduce skin sensitivity, but also get those oils into the bloodstream where we want them to be able to interact with our glands. And so you're just going to roll that over your solar plexus. Again, that's kind of like the area right below your breastbone, across that area, under your ribs, and then over the lower back area where it's going to get to your kidneys more quickly. Okay, so that's our adrenals. Another couple easy things, if you're not into mixing oils and messing with all that, if you even just have the Magnolia Touch and applying that to your adrenals twice a day. And then we have another product called Mito to Max, which is a lot of energy creating constituents and ingredients that can help if you're really feeling fatigued. So taking 2 of those a day or as needed. And again, that's maybe going to help more with just helping with that symptom of fatigue. To really get at the root cause of our adrenal fatigue, we need to do more. And we need to use the oils on our body to help, again, support our body's natural healing mechanisms. This is a lovely water that you can drink to get some of these oils internally. I was talking about topical, but now how do you get it internal? You can put it in your water. And all of these oils make a great, they really help to regulate our adrenals and help restore our adrenals so that we aren't having all these icky symptoms that I mentioned just a few moments ago. So, and that's what I'm drinking right now. I've got it in my my water bottle. Just remember that you're only drinking the oils out of stainless steel or glass, not plastic. But in here, I put 2 drops of basil. I put some lemon and some tangerine, and I put some spearmint. That's actually our BOGO for the day is spearmint. You buy a spearmint and you get a lemon and a tangerine for free. So love that. And then I put some frankincense because I was reading about frankincense that it also, research has found that it both boosts alertness while also improving sleep quality. So frankincense is one of those, again, it's an anti-inflammatory that we talked about at the beginning of the class, but I love that it both boosts our alertness and can help improve our sleep quality. So make sure you get a little frankincense in your water too. So that's a great one. And then as far as diffusing, it can also help us to diffuse, have the oils so we're breathing them in aromatically. You could diffuse geranium, orange, and ylang ylang for a wonderful floral citrus anti-stress blend, or just pop in our citrus bloom. If you got the citrus bloom yesterday as part of the BOGO deal, or you have that in your arsenal, citrus bloom has citrus and flower oils that are like magnolia, that are all really good for decreasing stress. And that's what we're looking for to help support the adrenals. We want to decrease stress in our lives so that our bodies are not pumping out so much cortisol all the time and depleting our adrenals. That's the key here, is decreasing stress. You could also diffuse black spruce and rosemary for a very calming, focusing woodsy blend. So there's a couple of ideas for diffusion. All right, so let's talk about the thyroid. Just checking on our time here. So the thyroid, again, is the one that's at the base of your throat that regulates your metabolism. It's our main metabolism gland. It's just this one small gland, but it controls functions throughout our whole body and can wreak havoc when off kilter. Thyroid hormones regulate, of course, metabolism, but also heart rate, cholesterol levels. I need to work on that one. Weight, energy, our skin and hair texture, bowel function, menstrual regularity, fertility, mood, memory, and many other processes. And once you reset your thyroid, you can feel better than you have in years. So I'm hoping you're noticing, like, what is the one thing I need to do? That's what I want you to take away from this class, is what's one thing I'm going to take away and do for my body in this area of hormone health, because it's a lot of information. So you're going to listen for the symptoms that you might have, and then what's that solution? And yes, thank you, Susie. You can go back and watch this to kind of take more notes or take in more. We learn over time, y'all. It's okay if you don't know all this stuff right now. You just start where you're at, incorporate one practice at a time, and you'll grow in your knowledge over time and in your usage. So the
Hey, Sundee,
thyroid.
maybe,
Yeah.
I'm sorry, maybe people can share one thing that they've heard that they might try.
So far, that's a great
Yeah.
idea, Susie. What's one thing you've heard so far that feels doable? Like, I want to do this. I'm just checking the chat.
To take care of my thyroid, because I did have thyroid surgery, but I still need to take care of it. So,
Okay, great, Julie. So listen for this next section, because I'm going to talk about exactly what you can do to take care of your thyroid.
okay.
Drink water
Yeah.
with oils. Yes. I think that's Dawn. And Lauren, I agree with you, all of it. But don't let yourself get paralyzed, right? If we get too much information, then it's like, I don't even know where to begin. I'm not going to do any of it. So I want to hopefully, help you kind of step back and go, okay, I'm dealing with some of those things that Sundee was talking about with my adrenals. I'm stressed out a lot. Simply start diffusing a very calming oil, the geranium, some citrus oils. Simply start putting, a couple drops in your water, the lemon, the basil, the spearmint.
Sundee, I have a question when you, and I know this maybe isn't a science, it's more like sort of what works for you, but when do you know when you should take something internally versus topically versus diffusing? Is it based on the symptom or the oil or whatever works for you?
Yeah, that's a great question. It does take experimenting, Carla, and finding it out. But what I always tell people is if an oil can be used all three ways, just use it all three ways. Because when you use it when you get multiple delivery systems, you're more likely to hit the thing that you need hit, and you're gonna get it in multiple ways, and that's going to just increase the potency of it and the effectiveness of it. I would say that topical is a very powerful application that we often underappreciate. As it absorbs into that bloodstream, that's really where we want the essential oils to go. We want them to go into our bloodstream. And so putting it on topically as well as directly under the tongue where it goes, and holding it under your tongue so it can go into the capillaries there and circulate through our blood, where it can interact with the cells and the tissues that way, is really good. So topical where it can get into the bloodstream. digestive issues, some people find that, I think taking it internally helps them with that digestive because it's interacting directly with the esophagus and with the stomach tissues and the intestines. But again, you can do that topically as well. And there's some debate over like when you put the essential oils in internally, then it is interacting with your stomach acids, right? So how does that impact the oils? I'm not an expert on that. I don't know, but I know that, if you're not seeing results by taking it internally, put it on topically because then it's going straight into your bloodstream. And like Susie said, and I'll just reiterate, all 3 ways is really the best. When it comes to cleansing and detoxifying, I would definitely say taking it internal. So like cleansing and detoxifying, put it in your water, be drinking it because it's going to be helping to flush the toxins. A lot of these systemic issues and trying to get our body back into balance, we can put it on topically and see a result. And then the breathing it in through the diffuser or from our hands is really important for the emotional and the decreasing of stress. So if you're feeling like I need to decrease stress in my life and that's what's overburdening my adrenals or, creating a lot of my symptoms, definitely using it aromatically, breathing it in. And like Susie said as well, frequency is key. So using it multiple times throughout the day and not just once and then forgetting about it for a few days. But if you can just really put the oils in a place where you can see them and remind yourself to even linking it with some other thing that you do. Like if you eat breakfast every morning, make sure that you have the oils on the table so you can put them in your water. Or if, by your bedstand before you go to bed, if it's on your nightstand, or by your face care stuff, so that you remember to pick it up and use it at night before you go to bed. So linking it to other things that you're already doing every day is really helpful as well to get that daily dose of your oils. So
Thanks.
sure. Okay, so let's talk about the thyroid. Let me share my screen again. Okay, so thyroid health. These are the oils that are really important for thyroid. It is estimated that 27 million people suffer from thyroid dysfunction, but 13 million of them go undiagnosed every year. So a lot of us may have thyroid dysregulation and we don't even realize it. But to support your thyroid, anti-inflammatories are the most important here. So the frankincense, myrrh, lemongrass, and clove, these are all really significant. Something I learned just yesterday is that lemongrass is good for candida overgrowth. So it's an antifungal and it can help just the candida is a yeast that exists in our gut, but when we have too much of it, it can show out in things like skin disruptions. It shows on your skin as itchy patches. And I guess candida overgrowth is something that is pretty common among those with thyroid conditions. Other things that you might be looking for, again, are like if you're really having trouble with weight loss or weight gain, if you have poor circulation or hair and skin issues, headaches, your thyroid is digestive issues, your thyroid is probably involved in some way. So make yourself a thyroid health, reset your thyroid with this thyroid health roller, 10 drops of each of these oils, and add a few drops of Melissa if you have it. Then roll it over the front of your neck and massage it into that area a few times a day for a month. Okay, so sometimes you have to be patient and do this regularly, applying the oils every day, like we said, and do it for even as long as a month before you will really know, is this working for me? At least 2 weeks, but I would say go for a month. And then a really powerful thing that I've been told transforms thyroid health is taking 1 drop of Melissa on your tongue and holding it to the roof of your mouth for 1 minute, and then doing that every day again for a month. So you might make yourself that roller, use the roller a few times a day, and then follow it with Melissa Magic 1 time a day, and do that for a month, and you will see amazing results, is what I've been told. So I'm definitely going to make myself this thyroid roller, and because I've been having skin disruptions, and I'm wondering if it's a candida issue.
Can I say one thing regarding that? Just I know when we're using medications, we're thinking, use it once every 4 to 6 hours. And it's hard to get out of that mentality. But when you're using the oils, think of it like you're trying to spin a plate, okay? And you're trying to get it up. So you put a little bit of oil and you get that up. But then to keep it spinning, to keep your body working, to keep your body supported, you need to keep spinning it. And so you need to do that for a while. And you can even do it every 15 minutes, every 30 minutes, you just can do it that often. You don't have to wait. I know sometimes people tell me they use their oil and they wait 4 hours and they use it again. And I'm telling them, no, that just really, you can use it much more often than that. And that helps me just think of that plate spinning, like I want to keep it going. And the more I put on, I know it's just kind of going by itself.
That's super helpful, Susie. The mentality shift is so important. And one of the good things about the oils is that we can't overdose on them. So, unlike a medication, which you really can't use more frequently than every 4 to 6 hours, lest you get too much of that toxic buildup in your body and your body can't process it. The oils, again, are friendly. They're friendly to our bodies. They support our body's natural healing mechanisms. I can't say it enough. And so putting them on our bodies regularly, is like Susie said, it's going to just keep accumulating in a positive way to balance out our bodies. So our bodies want them. They respond well to them, but we have to be patient and stick with and get ourselves into a routine where we're using them regularly to really see that difference. And thankfully, they're very pleasant too. Most of the time they really smell good or they taste good. And so it's not like, taking your medicine. It's like, oh, I get to take my medicine, my natural medicine. I will be honest with you, Melissa is quite potent and it's sort of an unusual taste. So if you put it in your mouth, you will feel a woo, like that's kind of crazy, but it's worth it. It's like such a powerful antiviral. And I know I said at the top of this class, like we talk about medications being anti this and anti that. We want antivirals in our body. We really do want antivirals in our body. And there is some research showing that thyroid conditions may have a viral link. For example, Epstein-Barr virus. And so some autoimmune thyroid issues may be related to a virus. And so we want the antiviral activity of the Melissa in our bodies. And that's why researchers think it works so powerfully for thyroid conditions. Okay, so that's the thyroid. And then our last one. Yes, when you can't smell it any longer, time to reapply. That's a good reminder. Our last one is the ovaries, our lovely ovaries that create life and sometimes create symptoms we don't appreciate so much. So we need to give an ovation to our ovaries. I was trying to be clever with my my alliterations today. We want to get our estrogen and progesterone in balance. And estrogen and progesterone affect not only our reproductive health, but also our emotional and physical health. So we want to take care of them. So estrogen helps things like mood, sleep, energy, bone density, memory, as well as sex drive. So that's our estrogen. And our progesterone helps to regulate things like skin health, fertility, and blood circulation. And together, they influence energy levels, our sense of well-being and happiness, healthy bones. And so we want to keep them in a right balance. Again, our bodies know what to do. Our bodies are wired to be in balance. We can support them with these top oils. So these are the ones I pulled out specifically for PMS symptoms and cramping. I know some of you on here on the call today have told me specifically you have such bad cramps. And I want to turn your attention to all of these oils, but especially the fennel. Believe it or not, fennel is it helps with spasms, and so and there's fennel in the digestin. So if you have digestin or you want to get yourself some fennel, the single oil fennel. Digestin is a blend of many different oils. Fennel is a single oil, but fennel helps to decrease the intensity and frequency of menstrual abdominal contractions. And if you incorporate some vitamin E, it makes the fennel work even better, apparently, but it will show even better results than ibuprofen in research they have done. And ibuprofen, again, is linked to liver damage. So we can get rid of the ibuprofen. Let's wean ourselves off of that. And we can use the fennel and some vitamin E instead. It has a component that helps to also decrease our body's perception of pain. So apply it over your abdomen or take it on your tongue a few times a day. It has a nice sweet licorice taste. It's really lovely. Lavender, I want to mention this one specifically. Lavender for PMS, studies have shown that if you inhale lavender for about 10 minutes, it can have a very, very significant effect on the nervous system when we are suffering from PMS symptoms. So it actually shows it decreases feelings of depression and confusion linked to PMS. So all you need to do is just diffuse that, or you could put some on a cloth and then just inhale it for about 10 minutes, or just put it in your palms and allow yourself to just have 10 minutes of just slow breathing and taking that in. I put jasmine and Roman chamomile on this slide because they're also very good for cramping. So those would be good ones. Again, you're just going to take it and just apply it over your lower abdomen, wherever you're feeling the cramps. The jasmine in that touch is already pre-diluted with some carrier oil, so just roll it on super easy and rub it in. The Roman chamomile you could dilute with a little bit of carrier oil and rub that in and apply it consistently while you're having cramps. This is, again, very simple way. This is another blend that's super powerful. It's already been put in one bottle for us, so we don't have to mess with mixing or anything like that. Just get yourself some Clary Calm. This is actually the #1 product I would actually recommend for kind of dealing with all of the different PMS symptoms that we can have, or menstrual related symptoms we can have, because it just, all the oils in it help to balance our hormones. So if we have excessive bleeding, if we are having mood swings, hot flashes, and cramps as well, because it's got things in it. It does have the lavender and the chamomile in it. It's got geranium and ylang ylang. It's got clary sage. So all these really good hormone balancing oils, and you want to apply that over your abdomen every day, a couple times a day. Again, maybe you do it in the morning after your shower when your pores are open, and it helps to absorb better. And at night before you go to bed. I put it on the bottoms of my feet actually before I go to bed and rub it in. So a massage, give yourself a massage because it feels good, but there's a practical purpose too, which is it increases blood circulation so that they will, again, your oils will absorb into the bloodstream better. So massage with the oils is really helpful for getting circulation going and getting the oils into the bloodstream. This one has really helped with hot flashes for me because I'm on the other side of that fence. And so I'm applying it regularly for that. And phytoestrogen, which I'll talk about in a minute, has been the huge, it has just been a life changer for me. Another really important oil for balancing our hormones is rose. So this one is really good to put over our lower abdomen for promoting regular ovulation. So if you have irregular periods, rose is really important. It also can, with emotions, help you just feel more loved, makes you feel more secure, and promotes a sense of openness and confidence, like it says here. And then, hey, this is a little bonus. It boosts libido. So if that's something that you are struggling with or feel concerned about, rose can help you with that. And smelling it is really important for that as well. So smelling it, putting it over our heart space, using it on our, kind of on our neck, can really help when we're smelling it to have those emotional results. And then the last one I wanted to mention is the phytoestrogen for in terms of our ovulation and just balance in our moods. And then for me with hot flashes, like I said, it's been a huge game changer for me. This is a natural form of estrogen-like therapy. It is not actually estrogen. It's just estrogen stimulating, but in a very, very gentle way. So I talked to an OBGYN about this, and she said, it's unlikely that it's not going to increase your estrogen levels too much, because I have had some people say, well, I don't want to have too much estrogen. It just, again, these are phytoestrogens, so plant-based, in a way that works gently with your system to support the body's ability to regulate itself, right? And to get into a good balance. But this one just helps even out. So no matter what age you are, what stage you are in our cycle of life, this one is going to help with balancing any kind of unwanted symptoms associated with our monthly cycle. Okay, it can also help promote healthy breast tissue, so that's good for us as well. We need that. Okay, and this is actually my last slide, and then I want to open it up for comments, questions again. For those who are in kind of that premenopause or perimenopause, geranium is the #1 oil I want to recommend to you. Researchers think its effectiveness may be linked to its ability to restore falling estrogen levels. So if you're kind of falling off on the estrogen because you're in a premenopausal state, geranium can really help. So again, just applying it over your abdomen with some carrier oil is really, really good. A healing massage that you can create, a massage blend, would be 20 drops of geranium and 8 drops of lavender in a roller, and fill the rest with fractionated coconut oil. And then just applying that to your wrists and your neck whenever you're feeling overwhelmed by sadness or grief. And you can layer it with that rose touch if you have that for an extra boost of help. And again, this is just going to help with our feelings of feeling calm. But the geranium is going to do some powerful things for balancing out our estrogen levels as well. All right. A lot of this information, I want to give credit where credit's due. I got from this book, Essential Oils for Hormone Bliss, by Michelle Cook. So if you're interested in knowing more and going deeper into this and having the recipes at your fingertips, and she has so much more than what I've shared today, so much more, including how to get toxins out of your products in your home that disrupt our hormones, how to apply hormone health for men, and just more concrete information on all the different glands that we talked about today, plus more. I really highly recommend this book. Okay. So other questions? And let's share, at this point, I would love to hear, we had us check in at the middle point. At the end, now what's 1 or 2 things that you want to take away that you're going to try to incorporate based on what you heard? What's something you know you need to do for yourself? You can get the book on Amazon. That's where I got mine.
I do have a question.
Okay.
Sundee?
I don't know if I can answer it, but go. Someone here.
No, I just want clarification.
Sure.
Just a little clarification. Susie mentioned that people have had success getting pregnant after being on this for a while. Are you talking about the phytoestrogen?
Yes, the phytoestrogen. They've done it in conjunction with LLV and some other oils, but this was a major one to help people get, more regular periods, and then eventually get pregnant.
Okay. That's what I needed to know. Thank you so much. And Sundee, I am definitely going to get more geranium after today.
It's such a good one, Grace. I love it. And like I said, I've been putting it in my moisturizer at night because it's also really good for your skin. But it smells so good. It helps us relax. And then, just applying it over our adrenals and for our ovaries. So good.
Well, I do use the black spruce in my moisturizer at night because I do love the smell of that too, along with yarrow palm and frankincense. But I'm going to get the geranium now and add that.
Boost it. I love it. Yeah. Anyone else want to share one thing you can take away?
Someone's asking about ordering the book.
Yes, on Amazon. Yeah, that's probably the easiest way to do it. Or you know, I do love my indie stores. So you can also look for it from, you can order it from independent store if you don't want to do the Amazon thing. Target has it too. Thank you, Monique. Awesome. She's already looked. She's on it. Great. Okay. Well, I know some of you here don't yet have oils. Please reach out to the person who invited you here today to find out how you can get some of these oils at the most in the most cost-effective way. For those of you who are already members of doTERRA and are getting that discounted membership, please check out the loyalty reward program for adding these oils to your loyalty rewards. It's the #1 best way to get oils at a discounted cost and build up product credits so you can keep getting more free oils. So Susie, you want to take it away from here? Oh, our code word. Sorry, Claricalm.
Yeah.
Claricalm. That one in the bottle, that's our blend, Women's Monthly blend. Claricalm. One word. Okay, because that's the one I want everyone to get. Everyone should have some Claricalm in their life. That's the one thing I would recommend. If your one takeaway, if nothing else, get your Claricalm, apply it on all the pulse points. And I forgot to mention your inner right ankle, like rub it in right there. That's the pressure point that's associated with our ovaries and our reproductive health. So rub it in there and the bottoms of your feet at night and use that regularly over a month and see how that helps even things out. That's my one takeaway. Claricalm.
Great. All right. Thank you so much, Sundee. And remember that we have this streamed live on the customer page, so you can go back. If you didn't catch a slide or something, you can do that. I also have a recording of it on my YouTube channel, Essentially Susie, and you can have access to that or anything through my website, which is essentiallysusie.com. So make sure you take advantage of those resources. And right now we're just going to go into a short business presentation for those of you who would like to stay. I'm going to start today brand new with a video. It's new. So if you haven't seen any of this or stayed for a presentation before, I'm going to share from Melody Brandon Blue Diamond. She shares a little bit about her story, and then we're going to go into a casual Q&A. Okay, so I'll just give you a minute. Thank you for joining us, and we'll see you next week. What's next week? What class is next week? Oh, we're starting our April series. It's
Julie.
Oils of the Bible with Dr. Peter Lamb.
Stay for the presentation, Julie.
Oh, stay? Okay.
Yeah.
And then we that code word too.
Claricalm is the code word.
Claricalm.
Claricalm? Okay.
Okay. Oh, it's not letting me share. Okay. It's saying unknown.
Do I need to stop sharing? I can't stop sharing.
Yeah, it's not letting me share. So I'm sorry, we'll have to save it for next time. But I have a bunch of stories that are actually on my website. You can look under what's it under? Meet the Leaders. And you'll see a bunch of videos there. You'll see a little bit about Sundee and all the different leaders on the team. And it's really good. They're really good videos. They're very inspiring. And they're true stories of just how you can make this a business if you want, to whatever level that you want. And that we're just getting paid for sharing these natural resources. So if you're interested in that, go to essentiallysusie.com and just explore there, and we'll get it working for next time. Okay. All right. So that's all we have. Thank you, Sundee.
We're still streaming, Susie?
Yes, I will stop. Okay.
I don't want to go.
You don't want to go. What do you need? Do you need more? Do you have any questions? Or
Yeah,
something
we can
help you with?
chat.
still
I really,
recording.
I really enjoyed all the info as far as the liver. Because I used to have my liver like triple time over the enzyme